So this is Road America, and this is what's parked out in the back. This is the chief engineer of the Corvette's ride today. And we're about to give you some facts on it because we just heard him talk about it for over an hour.
All right, guys, let's just do a brief walk around of things we've learned. The Stingray, the base Stingray is coming with radiators up front, right? All models are going to have radiators behind each grille. You update to the Z51, you're going to get a radiator back here, right? If it's a right-hand drive, it'll be on the other side. More cooling, more radiators as needed. So it's clearly a pre-production model. They still have the cables inside to hook up to laptops. You can see this is the Z51 with the low wing. Let's just take a peek all across, guys. So you have your towing point, you have your brake assist, you have one back here, right? All the way across the back. We have 4 different sensors. We have a camera here, we have a camera up above the window. We have 2 cameras on the front. So because this is the Z51, just to be clear, you can really see the other radiator in here. And they have a module where they can just continue to add radiators, is kind of what Ed was saying. He didn't give all the specific details, but that is what he's alluding to. And because they want to do a right-hand model, if it's a right-hand model, that radiator will then be on the other side. So guys, we're just looking in the rear tire, and it's kind of fun that you can see the axle and you can see the transmission and differential back there with all the light coming down from the engine bay. So guys, here's your door handle. So a couple just small details we picked up on from observing this morning. The battery is right about here underneath the plastic cowl, and that brake controller is going to be right in front of the driver, is the way Ed was describing it. Now that's the brake controller that houses the ABS control module, more or less assists and controls your front brakes to make sure they have extreme stopping power. He didn't release any numbers yet. One thing he did say that is not released yet is that convertible is coming very soon.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have now seen 2 Corvette C8s today, both for the first time off of camera. And my first initial thoughts that you guys probably do not notice on the camera is this car is actually quite a bit longer than it looks. It also is a lot smaller than it looks. So, in person, how do I describe this? When I first saw the Corvette C8 under the cover, I did think the car was much smaller, as in lower and shorter than I thought it would be. But when it was out of the cover, this whole back panel here does look extremely long. It does look nice, but it definitely has a very long look to it. Now, on the interior, I always loved the interior in pictures, and I love it even more in person. Chevy actually did something very, very well with the interior, which I really have not liked from them for pretty much ever, actually. I do enjoy this interior, very, very driver orientated, and the materials seem extremely high quality. The other thing I did notice is the mirrors.
Here comes the Porsches. We're on lap 3, still under caution. We didn't even make it 1 lap yet.
They're really, really loud. Let's have a quick moment of silence for all those headphone users out there. Now back to the C8. So, with these mirrors, from the backside, they actually look massive, and this mirror arm is very thick compared to the competitors, such as McLaren's, Audi's. Like Ed actually said, the chief engineer of Corvettes, he actually said that they bought 3 Ferraris, they bought an Audi R8, they also bought a Lamborghini, but not the one that is the competitor to what this would be going against. They took apart the entire car, laid it on the table, so they knew exactly what to build when they built this car. It's actually kind of cool to know that Chevy will let you guys know that they did get their information from other companies, which many brands would never say.
Some of us live in lame states where we have to have 2 license plates framed. You look at the Corvette and it's so beautiful with nothing up front. Ed did assure us, though, however, there is a license plate frame mount that goes right in the middle here. It will not affect any cooling, will not affect any ventilating, but that is where the mount will go.
So Todd briefly brought up the cameras of the car. What do those cameras do exactly? Well, obviously it has the driver assistance packages and such, but Corvette again is bringing back the recording racing cam, but they also have something new where you can record while driving, therefore if you're in an accident you can prove that it was not your fault. So we have a camera here, like Todd pointed out earlier, as well as down here. And when we come up front over here, we have a camera right under the mirror. You have your heads-up display here. We have two cameras down here. And yes, those are real cameras. Those are not sensors.
Ed also alluded to a lot of the technology. You'll be able to change your timers, your 0 to 60 timer, your 0 to 100 timer, your 30 to 70 timer, your quarter-mile timers. The computers in the car are going to be set up for racing. Here's another just quick fun thing. They have all the wheels labeled, right? So this one's left rear. You can see all the handprints around it from it coming off and on. Every wheel is labeled where it's at. Again, this is a pre-production model. This is the same car you guys have been seeing in camo.
So I don't know if you guys have ever watched any videos on the previous Corvette models, but there's a video of the Corvette ZR1 C7 going around a racetrack, and OnStar keeps coming on and bugging the absolute crap out of them since their car is going so fast it actually thinks it's crashing. Chevy has been listening to the customers, and Ed alerted us that OnStar has been completely removed from the Corvette C8.
So again, we touched base on this briefly in the other video, but how is this faster than the current Z06? It's all weight distribution. Ed alluded to the fact that the Z51 is not much faster than the base Stingray. It has to do with the stickiness of the tires. Obviously the adaptive exhaust is part of that, but that is available in the base Stingray. Guys, we now have 60% of the weight over the rear tires and 40% up front. We have 10% more weight over these rear tires that are getting traction down. That is that sub 3 second 0 to 60 time. So again, on the cooling, you can see that the fan is mounted directly behind each of the radiators.
So unfortunately, Chevy isn't handing the keys over to these things to just anybody just yet. So I can't get you guys a startup or revs or anything like that. So I'm sorry for the switch of cars, but I'm going to show you guys a clip that we got from this morning of the C8 starting up. Let's get a like and a subscribe for that startup, huh? It sounds pretty sweet, and it was pretty cool that we got to see one today. Now enjoy this quick eye candy, and then we're going to wrap up today's video on the new Corvette C8.
Guys, thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, our other C8 video as well. Guys, the car, the C8 is getting a lot of attention today at Road America in Wisconsin. Both this hidden gem behind us that's just randomly parked in the parking lot is drawing crowds. As word spreads, people are seeking out where this car is parked. The one in the Chevrolet booth has a constant draw of people as well. I must say, I love it. I've been staring at it, I've been underneath it, I've been looking at it. I'm very intrigued by it. I want to drive it.
I agree with Todd. I want somebody to hand me the keys to this thing. I can't just keep looking at it. It is just so good looking. Seriously, guys, I know a lot of people are hating on the way this car looks, but in person, it is a killer design. The back end, people are saying it looks like a Camaro. I thought it looked like a Camaro, but when I actually see it in person, I see it a little bit, but it really is a new design. This thing has a lot of Mclaren in it almost, and I really, really like it. This thing does not look like a $60,000 car. This looks like a $500,000 car or a $200,000 car. Chevy, you nailed it. Please like, please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment down below if you have any questions, because we watched Ed answer a bunch of them, and we could possibly help you answer some. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.